Let's get going. We start by looking at what on-site messaging actually is and how it can help you grow. We will show you how to get up and running with different sections for all your Shopify or WooCommerce users out there. We then go through all the different messaging options you can choose from, where to place them, and how to style them to blend with your own website design. We finish with some useful resources. Many shoppers say that they would buy more if there were more varied payment options available. At the same time, they're not always aware of the different options available to them. Enter on-site messaging. You can use on-site messaging to show personalized payment options from Klarna to each individual shopper. It is a great way to let them know about their options early in their shopping journey, which can make a big difference in whether or not they choose to buy. Think of it as a platform that has a range of placements that are designed to deliver tailored messaging to shoppers. Top strip promotions, a payment footer, or banners are examples of placements that you can add to your pages to boost awareness throughout the shopping journey. Delivering the right payment message at the moment of consideration can increase both conversion and average order values. You can show dynamic payment options based on the basket size. The amounts are updated dynamically based on the price of the item a shopper is looking at. This way, we display the most relevant option for each person. And we always keep the messaging provided through on-site messaging compliant and up to date with local regulations in each market. Now, let's look at how you get started. Did we mention that on-site messaging is included in your Klarna offering and is completely free to use? Don't have Klarna yet? Sign up at klarna.com/business or contact our sales team. In addition to being free of charge, on-site messaging is easy to install. You can implement it through a direct integration with Klarna or through a platform partner like Shopify or WooCommerce. Note that the integration works differently depending on your platform partner, if you use one. The integration steps are different between Shopify, WooCommerce, and direct integration, for example. So, if you use a partner like Shopify, always follow the instructions for that platform. At this point, things might get a little more technical, but don't worry, we've made this part as easy as possible. Note that we are looking at a direct integration with Klarna in the following section. If you're using Shopify or WooCommerce, jump directly to the sections dedicated to these platforms. When implementing on-site messaging through a direct integration with Klarna, start by activating it through Merchant Portal. Log in and go to on-site messaging in the menu. Confirm your website or store. Read and approve our terms of use. Remember, it's completely free to use. There are no hidden fees or anything like that tucked away in the terms of use. Check the box and click Continue. Voila! On-site messaging is now activated for your store. Next up, you'll need to place a few lines of code on your site. The first line of code is the script that enables you to communicate with Klarna. This is generic and is placed at the top of the page. The second line of code is for the placement and allows us to render the message for shoppers. This is where you provide us with purchase amount information so that we can display dynamic pricing and the right payment method based on the basket size. Some might also need a third line of code to refresh the placements. This is needed if you have variants of items with different prices, and we need to refresh the content of the placement on demand. Under Installation, you will find the code snippet. Click Copy to Clipboard on this code snippet. Then, go to your website source code and open the body tag. Place the code snippet you just copied into the body tag. Here you can see an example of how the body tag can look in the website code. Repeat the process of adding the code snippet to the pages of your website where you want on-site messaging to appear. The more pages, the better. When you're positively nudging a customer, you increase the chances of conversion. Now let's look at how to install on-site messaging for Shopify. On-site messaging is available as a free app through the Shopify App Store. Click Add App and log into your Shopify store. Once you're logged in, you will be asked to confirm some basic permissions, which you do by clicking Install App. The on-site messaging app will now be installed on your Shopify store. When opening the app for the first time, check that the merchant ID at the bottom left matches the merchant ID you received from Klarna. Continue by clicking New Ad Position. Here, you can choose where to place on-site messaging and decide what the messaging should look like. When you select a section, a block of code will be shown to the right. The app will automatically choose a default location on the page for you. If you want to change this, you can drag and drop or manually edit the attached CSS element on the page. Check the preview at the bottom of the app page and click Save when you're happy with it. On-site messaging will now show up in your web store after a short delay. In this section, we look at how to install on-site messaging for WooCommerce. Go to On-Site Messaging in Merchant Portal. Copy your data client ID found on the Installation tab and save it. This is the red string after Data Client ID in the code. Go to the Placements tab and copy the data keys for each placement you would like to add to your website. Again, it is the red string after data key in each placement code. Remember to save your data keys. Then open your WooCommerce admin panel and select Klarna add-ons. Make sure to activate the on-site messaging plugin by toggling the switch to on. Save your changes. Now it is time to add all those red string codes into your WooCommerce admin panel, one by one. Go to Klarna Payments for WooCommerce, then to Settings, and then to the Payments tab. Scroll down to Klarna On-Site Messaging and paste your data client ID into the field for plugins. Make sure it is enabled. Then, paste the data keys for your chosen placements in the Product Page Placement Data Key fields or Cart Page Placement Data Key fields that you have chosen. You can also choose your theme, dark or light, and a few other settings for each placement. Lastly, make sure they're all enabled. Now, on-site messaging will show up in your store. Back in Merchant Portal, let's move to the tab called Placements. Here, you can choose the placements you want to add to your site and change the way they look and feel. These placements are designed to deliver different messaging, depending on where the customer is in their shopping journey. The amounts you see here are only shown as an example. The information shown on your website will automatically update based on the customer and the item they are viewing. Our top recommendation for placement is the one called Credit Promotion. It is available in two sizes, standard and small. This is the placement that is typically placed on a product page next to the price of an item. We also recommend adding the top strip promotion shown here. It is typically used on your homepage to let shoppers know that Klarna is an available option in the checkout as soon as they come to your store. Finally, add our FAQ page to the footer or sidebar of your website. Now your customers will always know how to shop with Klarna and get answers to their most common questions. Now let us add our placement. Click Copy to Clipboard on the placement you want. Open your website source code and add the code snippets you just copied to the pages where you want to use on-site messaging. You can also control the look and feel of your on-site messaging display to best fit your website. Brand consistency and good positioning has proven to maximize the potential of increasing conversions and average order value. The easiest change you can do to the design is to change between the default design and a darker style. Just move between the default tab and the dark tab to see what they look like. If you're using WooCommerce, this option is also available on the Klarna on-site messaging plugin in the WooCommerce admin panel. Keep in mind that a good design is a clean design. Making the messaging display blend into your pages creates a more seamless shopping experience for your customers. But you can do much more than that. If you click on Custom Design in the right corner, you will be able to customize your messaging display to match your brand. Try out the different font and size options. Change the colors of the links on the Text tab. In the Layout tab, change the background colors and padding to find the best design for you. When you're happy with your design, click on Publish and then confirm to activate it. Note that it can take a few minutes until the changes are reflected in your web store. If you want to learn even more about on-site messaging, you can find all the information you need on the Klarna Docs page. Go to docs.klarna.com, open the Products tab in the top menu, and choose On-Site Messaging. We have a great FAQ section with answers to a lot of questions related to using on-site messaging.